836 WGHT, North Jersey's radio station. Jimmy Howes and Greta Latona joining us for another year. Who brings all that great music right to New Jersey for you to enjoy? The one, the only Debra. Nader, she joins us on WGHT. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Greta. Good morning, Jimmy.
Oh, it's great to hear from you again. How are you?
It's been such a long time that you've been involved with this because you've been carrying the torch of the doo-wop reunion. Take us back a few years when you picked up the torch after Richard passed away. What put in your heart the ability to carry on and put on what's become one of the biggest oldie shows in America?
Well, I promised Richard that I would continue carrying on the torch that he began in 1969 and continue for the fans who love this music so much and for the artists to perform and once again sing their wonderful songs. It's a joy to do this every year.
Richard was a disc jockey, right? That was his roots in the music business.
Richard's roots in the music business were that he began as a disc jockey, and he originally came from Ohio and Pennsylvania. Those were his roots. Yes, and then he came to New York after he was in the service and had his first concert. It took him 4 years to start the first concert.
Yeah,
that was Madison Square Garden.
This big thing that I was reading is, the legend is it that he borrowed the money to rent Madison Square Garden out because he had such a love for the music. This one article I read is that he borrowed it from Dick Clark, but I don't know if that's true or not, but he borrowed the money to start this, and ever since then it's been going on, and it hasn't stopped thanks to you picking up the torch, not only after Richard's passing, which was very sad, but then you booked it at the Izod Center, and now you kept excited. Well, the Izod Center's gone. That's the end of it. No, you didn't let it die. Now you worked, and you got the Prudential Center. You could have just hung up your headphones and said, that's it, but you didn't.
We was 26 years at the Meadowlands, and now this is our first year at the Prudential Center. We're really excited. It's going to be a great day and a fabulous evening with wonderful music. We hope all of you come out. I know you're coming, right, Greta and Jimmy?
I wouldn't miss it for the world. Debra, this is just a list of some of the songs that people will get to hear from the people who will be appearing. Baby Love, Where Did Our Love Go? You Belong to Me, My Own True Love, Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, With This Ring, To the Aisle, 1,000 Miles, Crazy for You, Sunday Kind of Love, Life is But a Dream, 16 Candles, Cara Mia. The list just keeps on going.
And we have with us son of Kenny Vance who will sing. Lad Vance is coming from California to sing. It's going to be a very exciting evening.
Greta and I, a couple of years ago, had the pleasure of you letting us up on stage and introducing a few of the acts. And when we were backstage, we couldn't believe the chaos that you handle with all of the acts and coordinating who's on and getting everybody on stage, getting the band ready. It's chaos back there. How do you do it?
Well, actually, we don't find it chaos. The acts have such a good time interacting and talking with each other. The camaraderie backstage is wonderful. So we keep it fairly quiet so that the acts can have that time with each other. Many of them haven't seen each other for years. So it's a very special time.
Yeah, at the buffet table, I wish some of our listeners could be a fly on the wall. Some of these guys have known each other since the 50s, and they've seen each other on the road through the years, but to actually spend a half hour together talking and catching up because their families know your family knows their family, their kids know that everybody else's kids. It's a really joyful night, and it shows on stage.
Oh, it's wonderful. And, it's very interesting because Mel Carter, Mary Wilson told me that they opened for Mel Carter before they became the Supremes.
That's a story right there. That's a little chunk of history that you gave us. Before they were the Supremes, they opened for Mel Carter.
Yes.
That's amazing. Boy, the stuff that guys like Mel Carter know about the business could fill a whole library of encyclopedias. And you work with these guys, you know them all personally, and every year you shake it up, and it's different. And it's amazing what you do. This year's lineup, of course, Mary Wilson from the Supremes. You're going to have the Duprees and Mel Carter. How on earth did you get Sonny Turner? That is a major coup for you.
Sonny Turner is such a nice man. He is so sweet. And we're delighted that he's coming in. I've known Sonny for a very long time. So we're thrilled to have him. And Fred Paris, with the In the Still of the Night, that is one of the all-time classic songs. And of course, Willie Winfield. It's going to be a wonderful night, a great reunion. We hope everybody comes out. The weather's going to be terrific. It's Saturday. Afternoon activities start at 3, and the concert begins at 7.
The afternoon activities include what?
The a cappella stage outside. We have lots of music from 3 o'clock on. The artists will come out to sign autographs. And, of course, the classic car display. That's all in Championship Plaza, right in front of the Prudential Center.
And you always set the tone with Twin Gold, always, with a tribute to our veterans.
Twin Gold is wonderful. They will be there to make the dedication to all the men and women who dedicate themselves and serve us. And the veterans, always, we are so appreciative of the service they give.
These are the same fellows that served during the Korean War and the Vietnam War. And when you see them there, they're wearing their veterans hat. A lot of people that go to the show, and they'll hear one of these songs, and a tear comes to their eye, and it brings them back to where they were when they were a kid. It's quite an emotional experience. With this Twin Gold tribute that you have every year, it kicks the show off. There's almost never a dry eye in the auditorium, or in this case, it will be the Prudential Center.
Yeah.
Do the gates open at 3, or can they come in like at 2:30, or you haven't worked that out yet? It's always a big deal outside. I know that at the Izod Center.
It is a big deal outside.
It's like bizarre.
And I would say anytime after 1. And of course, people can have an opportunity to perhaps tailgate if they bring their car. It'd be wonderful.
It's just a few days away, a year in the planning.
It's just a few days away.
Yeah, and here it is.
And these artists who are still here to share with us the music we made.
I go on YouTube sometimes. I'll YouTube some of the artists that are in your show at other live venues, and you can see them. They're up singing and they're into it. But there's something about when they do the Richard Nader show, and I think it's like you said, the backstage ambiance of all these acts. There's something about the way these artists get up on stage when they're singing their songs at your shows, where for maybe 20 minutes, they're 25 years old again. The buzz and the feel and the electricity in the building at the Richard Nader Doo-Wop reunion shows, you don't get that at any other show. I mean, we've gone to see these acts in other places, other venues, county fairs, other arenas, maybe over here in Morristown, but something about the Richard Nader Doo-Wop reunion show.
I think it's the love and the respect for the musicians, the performers, and the fans. It makes magic.
It is magic. And the magic will be this Saturday night at the Prudential Center. Gates open at 1. The action starts at 3. Your chance to get autographs at 3 o'clock with the artists coming outside to shake hands and get to know you, and then just like real people, and then before you know it, you're inside, the lights are dim, up on stage, you're making the announcement, and out comes all these great acts, including one of the original Supremes, which to me is phenomenal. Mel Carter, he's from New Jersey. He's a Jersey guy. I think he's from Asbury Park, right? I'm pretty sure.
And Mary Wilson, they originally recorded some doo-wop songs, going back to the very beginning.
Our midday guy, John Silliman, once in a while slips some of those in. He has some very rare records, and he shocks our listeners, and he says, there they are, the Supremes. People go, no, it's not the Supremes. But it is. It's before they were the Supremes. Amazing. Yeah. We're looking forward to your meet and greet with you, and Greta and I absolutely adore this show every year. We're very lucky that you work with WGHT. On behalf of all of our listeners, thank you for the large amount of tickets that you gave us. Some beautiful third-row seats, second-row seats, aisle seats. We really appreciate how you took care of us this year.
Well, thank you all. And it's a special thanks to all the fans who love and support this music. And we'll see you Saturday.
There she is, the legend, Debra Nader from the Richard Nader Doo-Wop Reunion. She's the person that pulls the strings behind the scenes. Debra, thank you so very much for joining us this morning. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday night.
Thank you. Bye, Greta. Bye, Jimmy.